Great morning, holy brothers! Thank you so much for joining us on our pathway to peace in the Garden of Peace. If you're following along, we're on page 197. Today's lesson is called Women's Wackiness. Yeah, you heard that right. We love you. Don't worry about it. If the husband puts his parents' honor, is what we talked about when we left off yesterday. Somebody who's putting his parents' honor before his wife, he was going to lose. Guess which one?
He's going to lose his wife.
Both! He's going to lose parents and his wife. The parents suffer greatly when their children fail in relationships. You think your parents want to see you happy or upset? They love you. They want what's best for you. We only want what's best for our children, yes or no? So when somebody is having a relationship that they're failing in, their kids, their friends, their coworkers, their wives, what do you think parents are feeling? They're upset for them. They feel bad for them. They want the absolute penultimate best. They would do anything to make their kids happy all the time. So what do you think? The highest relationship you have in your life, they want you to fail in? They want you not to be successful in? Are you crazy? The principal honor of one's parents is to avoid causing them sorrow and anguish. Talmud and Yuma 86. Understand? The best way to honor your parents and to show them love and to give them respect is not only just to do positive things for them, but it's to avoid all the negative stuff. You don't want to cause them sorrow. You don't want to cause them pain. You don't want to make them hurt, make them have sorrow. That's the worst way to undermine the commandment. Don't take the knife and stab them. That's the worst kind of pain you can have. Put the knife away and then start doing good things for them. But the worst way to do it is by causing them hurt. So when you have an unsuccessful relationship or you have a fight with your wife, you know what happens when my mother comes over for Shabbos and my wife is in a bad mood and then she starts yelling at me? My mom is killed by that. She doesn't want to see that. She doesn't want to be sitting at the dinner table if my wife is cursing at me or yelling at me or being upset at me. She wants to walk out. She wants to leave. She doesn't want to be around that. That's causing her the most kind of pain by seeing somebody mad at me because then she sees that her son is not having success or happiness. That's the worst kind of pain for her. They don't want to be around it. They don't want to be near it. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to see it. That's exactly what it's saying here. That kind of sorrow, that kind of anguish, if you don't have that peace with your wife, that causes them the most kind of pain. Now we don't listen to your mother if your wife tells you to do something. It's exact opposite. Follow the logic. You're happy and successful and peaceful with your wife. Then your parents are the happiest. They're shopping the most nachas than they could ever have. You got it? They have no consolation from the fact that there was a fight for their own honor. You think when you're arguing and yelling at your wife and she's cursing back at you because you're defending your mother, then she's going to be happy? She sees what's going on. She sees what's stirring up in your soul. Sensible parents, when they're right-minded, we can talk about other exceptions and problems later, but an even-keeled, normal parent who wants love and success for their child, they're happy to forgo and give up their own honor if doing so is going to enable their son or daughter to live in peace and harmony and happiness with his or her spouse. You get it? They're willing to give up their own ego to make their kids happy. You want what's best for your kids. You'll give up their right arm for your kid. So you wouldn't give up a fight, you wouldn't give up an argument to make them have success and happiness and peace in their home? Think of what's going on here. And if that's the way your parent thinks, then as a child, understand that. That's what your wife, for her to be happy, that's what your parents want for you. They want what's best for you. That's exactly what you're doing. So stop trying to think, oh, I'm not honoring my mother or father, and I can't listen to my wife because I have to listen to them, I have to honor them, I have to give them. You're doing the opposite, the exact opposite. Are you winning the battle or are you losing the war? What's going on here? Both. A woman by nature is highly what?
Explosive?
Volcanic, baby. A woman is volcanic. Highly emotional and always eruptible. Ready to go at the slightest thing. Boom! Explosive TNT. Little match, big boom. If she has sorrow from her mother-in-law, it's very hard for her to make a balanced and objective appraisal of the situation. If she is already ticked off by something that you did, everything is going to be a huge problem. It's not that one thing she looks at and is able to compartmentalize. Okay, that was okay. That wasn't good, but now let's move on to the next thing.
Everything is
No,
magnified.
my husband is amazing. He just cooked dinner. My husband is amazing. He put away all the knapsacks. He cleaned up the front hallway. He wiped up the floor. You think just because she was mad at one thing, now she's going to be so happy about everything else? What planet are you living on? Have you ever been married? Have you ever seen a mother? Have you ever seen a wife? Have you ever seen a friend who was married? Women take things with them, and boom, you're going to explode every other thing down the chain. It's like a light switch you can have that when one bulb goes out, the rest of the lights, if it's a closed electric circuit, nothing's going to work on the end of it. One's gone, all the lights are out. Nowadays, they make them not, what's the word? I don't know what it's called. When you have one light bulb out now in a string, the rest of them can work. Because the way they wire them, it passes around the two. But if they're in a chain, and the chain is broken,
light bulb,
gone, nothing's going to work. That's the way all the old cycle lights used to work. When one's gone, and you don't even know which one was out, because they're all out now. You have to test all of them. Now, if one goes out, at least you can just replace that one. Women are like that. They're a close connected chain. When one thing is off, boom, explosive. They're all out, blackout. The rest of your life is finished. The responsibility to keep peace lies with the husband, who's able to see all situations with much less emotions. Women are wired that way. That's the way God made them. It's not a fault, it's a reality. It's okay. Women have much more emotions. Women have imbalances that go back and forth all month. It's a natural cycle of events. We are not made that way. We are not blessed with more of a connection to God than they have. They have a much more in tune, perceptive nature. We have to work a lot harder as men to achieve the level that women are on. That's why we say Shalom Arush in the morning. We say thank you God for not making me a woman. Why? Why do we say that? We say, oh, because women are inferior to us? No, they're superior to us. We want to be able to work to come closer to God and have that challenge to be able to overcome and then be able to get there from our hard work. They're already there. They're already much higher than us. That's why throughout Jewish history, there's always the woman who are saving us from the troubles, always the woman who pulled us out from when we had a bad event. Right? Who killed Sisera? Who saved us? Who didn't do the Egel? You look through the whole Jewish history. It's always the woman who saved the whole Jewish entity and people as a whole. We have to work much harder to get there. But because of that, we have much more of a responsibility. We have much more mitzvahs, many more commandments that women don't have. Because we have to work to get there. But being that as it may, we have a much more, with greater power comes greater responsibility. We have to be the ones in the relationship to stop for a minute, take a step back. What is going on here? He must remember that the greatest honor for his parents is having a son with a tranquil, peaceful, magnificent marriage and a pure peace in the home. Stand by her. Stand by her. Jewish law states, Maimonides, Laws of Marriage 17, that a certain women frequently hate one another. Can you imagine?
A certain woman?
Certain girls, cat fights.
Very catty, yeah.
Nah, I can't believe it. What do you mean? They all love each other. They sit down for coffee. No. Best thing, right? Such as a bride and her mother-in-law. This is like 101, basic nature. A bride, maybe her sister-in-laws. A wife's complaints against her mother or her sister-in-laws are therefore to be expected. Hello. If you hear it coming out of her mouth, say, oh, Eliezer told me about that. It's normal. I should expect, if it doesn't happen, she wasn't mad at her today? Wow, that's amazing. But if you hear it, expect it. And if you know that something is coming, it's a lot easier to deal with. You won't get crazy. Can you imagine if I told you at 3:30 in the afternoon, when you come out of the bathroom, you're going to stub your toe on the door on the way out? Then throughout the day, you're going to be like, oh, when's 3:30 coming? When's 3:30 coming? And then when it happens, you're like, there it is. I knew it was going to happen exactly at the time. Eliezer told me, and boom, wow, they're unbelievable. What a prophet, what a Navi that guy is. And there it happened exactly the way he told me and exactly at the time. You start laughing. You'd be like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. It's so unbelievable. Now, imagine I never told you that was going to happen. And you're going around your day, having a wonderful day, successful at work. All of a sudden, 3:30 comes, you open that door on the way out from the bathroom, and boom! Like, oh, shnikes! Holy God! Oh! What the F? Right? You start swearing, cursing, yelling. You're momish upset about it. The same exact thing can happen one way, the same exact way, but the only reason you have a different response is because of your internal system. What you expect, what you don't expect. It can be amazing and hilarious, or completely unexpected and angry and upset about it. Yeah? How you view life is how you're going to make your own emotional state. You're only angry and upset or depressed and unhappy because of the way you view things. If you saw the world as a glorious gift, as we just said in our other class, from God, and everything that happens is a blessing, every single moment you have a new creation, you have a new house, you have a new car, you have a new wife, you have a new shul, you have a new job, it's amazing. Everything that you have that you didn't have a second ago, that God recreated for you in that moment. Thank you, Hashem. Wow, look what I'm blessed with. Everything is glorious. Everything is amazing. Everything is positive. Just view your perspective at this. If you're expecting your wife to be upset at somebody and she comes home and complains about it, great. I knew that was going to happen. No problem. Honey, I love you. Let's help you out. Let's listen. Let's be compassionate. Not like, what the heck is wrong with you? My mother is the best thing on the face of this earth, and you're an idiot because you're talking to her in another way. No. Only then, when you stand by her and expect things to be certain ways, try to meditate between them and find a peaceful solution and a way to help her out. If a husband does not stand behind his wife and will show her that he understands her, but instead is backing up the wrong player, he's standing in the wrong corner in the middle of the boxing match. He's supposed to be giving her the water in between rounds, wiping off her sweat, giving her the pep talk, but instead he walks around to the other side of the ring and is talking to his mother. Oh boy. She's supposed to come first in line, number one in his life. She's going to feel bitterly affronted and bitterly betrayed. She's supposed to come number one, and then her anger with him is going to take much longer time to abate because she feels that he abandoned her in her time of need, when she needed that pep talk, when she needed that vitamin water, when she needed to be coached or wiped down. Then you're not there. Then you're on the other side of the ring. Where the heck did you go? She feels abandoned. She feels betrayed. She feels lost in life because her number one helper is not there for her. Not only are you not in my corner, but you're on the opposite side of the ring. Get back here. Where are you going? What's going on? He is left now with no marital peace and no peace with his parents either. Because the one that he went to defend now is completely blown up by the fact that she's not with him anymore. He's lost it all. Unbelievable. Peace comes before everything else. We learn from God in the Torah that Hashem is willing to lie for Shalom Bayis. Like with Avram and Sarah, we spoke about many times. If you don't remember, let me know. I'll send you the text. But God shows you how to act when we have to live our lives the way that Hashem wants us to, the way that He models us to live for. Only through peace is it possible to find solutions to the difficulties that are arising in marital life. In every situation, a husband must reassure his wife, honey, I'm here for you. You're my number one priority. I love you the most. You are the center of my universe, my whole world. You're my gravitational pull. I come back towards you, not floating away in the moon with no gravity, outer space. You're my rock, you're my world, you're my center of my universe. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. You had a bad day? Let's sit down and talk about it. I have a meeting I have to go to, I'll postpone it. It's okay. I have to go to davening. I'm here for you now first. You come before anything else. My phone is going to be put away on silent. If your wife comes to talk to you, she wants to ask you an opinion about something that doesn't even matter and is 3 years away, but right now she wants to talk about it, while you're on the phone with an important business deal, say, sorry, I got to call you back. Put it down. Don't sit there holding your phone while she's trying to talk to you, when she's trying to communicate with you, and you're sitting there on Instagram. No, I'm listening, honey. Yeah, I heard what you said. Crazy? You have this up in your face while she's trying to communicate with you. It's completely blocking her vision from you. It's blocking her feelings from you. It's blocking all your emotions. Whatever truth and realness you have is out the window. That phone is the biggest problem for communication nowadays. At the dinner table, the kids ask, can I bring my iPad to the table? No, you can't bring your iPad to the table. Get that device out of the room right now. We are eating. This is not a time for you to be watching your shows, texting your friends, or doing whatever, downloading apps. That is out of here. We are focused on dinner now. You're not half holding your phone, trying to get the food in your mouth while you're watching your show. Absolutely not. That is breaking all communication. There's no relationship there at that time. So now imagine you have that with your wife while she's trying to talk to you, and she sees you texting a friend or watching a video. You're telling her that you are not important to me, or even as important to me as my phone right now. She doesn't think like you are, I can multitask. I can hear everything she's saying while I'm on my phone. She sees that as I am not important to you. She sees that as your relationship is only secondary to your videos right now. Put it away. Put it down. Show her eye contact. Show her that you're listening to her. Nothing else is going to come before her. She's your number one priority, your first place in life. That's it. Even if you can multitask, put it away, because she's not going to see it that way. If you're still having a conversation with somebody else, your attention is diverted, it's distracted. It's not all for her. She wants 1,010% of your attention. Even though it's about nothing and it's meaningless, to her it means something. It doesn't matter if you don't care about what she's talking about. You have to put it as if you do. Because it's meaningful to her, that's why it's meaningful to me. It's not that what she's saying makes sense to me. It could be complete garbage, completely uninterested. But to her, it means something. That's why I'm willing to listen. Because it makes her happy. And if it makes her happy, I'm going to make it mean something to me for her. I don't have to care about it, but I have to care that she cares about it. And that's the lesson. In every situation, you must reassure your wife that she is your world. She's your first priority before everyone else in the universe. Before your mother, before her mother, before your kids, before your job, before your chavrusa, before your shul, before your learning, before your job. Everything is secondary to her. He will never let anyone or anything come between them or before her. Have an awesome, amazing rest of your day. Thank you, brother.